Tuesday, it's going down. We got to see what colour North London will be. We got to see what colour the whole of London will be when we go up against Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium. Thankfully, the last two meetings we've had with Chelsea, we've not lost. We've drawn one, and we've also won 3-2 at Stamford Bridge with a goal from Gyökeres, and it was a battle to say nonetheless. I think with Arsenal, the way they've been playing, they're on a high, and I think Chelsea were very, very lucky to escape the other day against West Ham when they were down 2-0. But again, the resilience is what paid off, and they managed to win the game, which is good for them. But I do feel like they were very, very lucky for a number of reasons, of course. But Arsenal, we're high flying, just come off a nice 4-0 win. If you haven't already, check out our link at the end of the video where we have our post-match, well, my post-match analysis, as I'm going to make it. But make sure you check that at the end of the video. But I just want to say thank you to all those that have been joining us on the journey. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss our uploads. We're uploading constantly throughout the weeks, whether it's watch-alongs, post-match analysis, or pre-match predictions like we're doing now. But yeah, how do you feel about us playing against Chelsea?
I feel confident. I think coming off the back of that 4-0 win against Leeds, when we said that they're a bogey team and they could give us trouble, and they did in small patches here and there, but we managed to contain it, score those 4 goals, and getting no goals against us, so conceding none was really, really positive. But I think that kind of, just that, I don't know, that kind of confidence that I have in me now,
Yeah.
especially playing at home, and especially knowing that, Chelsea are on the back foot. And again, they were looking really, really shaky in their most recent game against West Ham. And to be fair, in my opinion, I think West Ham should have put them to bed. But at the same time, we have to understand what kind of caliber of team West Ham is, and are they going to be a team, that can
Yeah.
put a team like Chelsea to bed? And they almost did, but it kind of sends some green flags our way in a sense of, okay, cool, we're at an advantage already. We're playing at home on top of that. The crowd's going to be up for it. The players are going to be up for it. How do we see out this game?
Do you know what? I think for Chelsea, they've not lost a game under their new manager, of course.
Mm.
So that's one thing that we shouldn't overlook. And I think this will be a real test for Chelsea as a team with their new manager and the new tactics against a big side like Arsenal. So for Arsenal, it's a must win. For Chelsea, it's a good way to see, because I don't think they're going to obviously win the Premier League this season, but it's a good way to see how the manager does against big teams like Arsenal. Gyökeres, 3 goals in 4 games,
Yeah.
few assists as well. Have we unlocked him? Finally, halfway through, more than 2/3 of the season. Does it look like we're about to see better of Gyökeres, or do you think we're going to be...
I mean, well, he's been looking a lot better, a lot better. I think he's getting
Mm,
himself in those attacking positions, but I think that's down to the mentality of him understanding finally that maybe his role is kind of being seen now, kind of his way of playing. The players kind of understand it, and it was never about, in my personal opinion, going down the right wing or the left wing with Saka or Trossard or whoever, and necessarily just whipping the ball in. I always thought it was playing through the middle,
yeah,
as much as we can, because again, like we saw at Sporting, most of the balls that were played towards him were played, through the middle, and especially against those teams that play a high defensive line. And I know that with Arsenal, most teams played low block.
yeah.
But even still, he does make those, exceptional runs, and yeah, it just causes danger. And I think, I mean, it could be maybe he's unlocked now, but I don't know. I guess we'll see on Tuesday.
I think the way Gyökeres has been playing with Havertz on the pitch, and obviously I'm not saying just Havertz only is the reason why Gyökeres is scoring, but I think Havertz has definitely changed the way Gyökeres approaches the game, and I think Arteta's realised that, hence why he started against
Yeah,
Leeds, because of what we saw midweek against that Champions League tie we had. And with Kai Havertz, what he offers is he passes directly. He's
yeah,
not a player that passes to the wing, left or right. He's passing through the middle. He's taken a chance to see the runs of Gyökeres, and I think that's what Gyökeres has been lacking. Like, people are kind of undervaluing his runs in behind, and I think Arsenal are so tied up in their ways. Certain players like Odegaard, Saka is like they're not direct players. They like to cut in. They like to play off each other. If you look at the front three that played against Leeds, Gyökeres, Martinelli that came on, obviously Madueke. Those three players are very direct. They run at defenders. When you have Odegaard, Saka, and Trossard, they don't really run at defenders per se. They're more, just play off each other, cut it in, pass, lay it off, then
yeah,
shoot. That's why the approach is so different on that Leeds game. Obviously, Saka got injured, but at the same time, because we have so much depth and we have so many different avenues we can go to, Madueke, who's phenomenal. I mean, he got an assist as well.
Yeah.
And I think Martinelli, when he came on, he got an assist with
Yeah.
Gyökeres, and Gyökeres scored. So it just shows you, when you have the three attacking players that are on that same level of going direct, then you can definitely get goals.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying with Saka and Odegaard we don't get goals. I'm not saying that, but I just think it when you're a team like Leeds, let's say, or Chelsea, and then you're setting up for Arsenal, it's like, okay, they've got three players on the pitch: Trossard, Saka, say, who are very, and Odegaard, who are very technical and like to do the passing rather than running direct. So we know who to hold off because we know that Odegaard lost the pass to Saka, let's double up. But when you have Madueke, Martinelli, and Gyökeres up front, and then you got Havertz behind instead of Odegaard, now your approach has to be different, and sometimes very hard for teams to adjust. But again, that's the beauty of depth. You can shift it, totally change the dynamic of the game depending on who you bring on. And look, Arteta made some subs, and all those subs paid off.
Mhm.
And look, even Chelsea as well. When they brought their subs on, they scored. Yeah, I think one got a goal, one got assist, and another one got a goal. I can't remember the exact players, but I know all three subs scored. So
Cucurella scored.
yeah,
Pedro
exactly.
scored. Yeah, stuff like that.
And you have to look at it. Look, that's positive as well. Chelsea are flying high. They've not lost with their new manager. Arsenal flying high at the moment, despite the United loss. But Leeds, obviously,
Yeah.
4 goals, no goals conceded is what you want. So yeah, I think it'll be a very, very
Mm.
interesting battle.
I think what you mentioned about Havertz is really, really important. I think if we take a look at what happened with Kyrat when the ball kind of got sent over, it was just kind of, with Erdegaard, you know exactly what he's looking for.
Mhm.
You know he's looking to just receive the ball and then try and his best to kind of play it out. And when he takes that ball forward, he'll only take it so far before passing, usually right or left. But with Havertz, for example, when there was that moment where the ball went over, the kind of dynamic for the defense is totally different now because it's okay. We've got two big guys running at us.
Yep.
One of them we know is definitely going to want to shoot, and the
Yep.
other one can shoot and has been scoring quite a lot of goals whenever he does. I'm talking about Havertz there, but he also can pass, so we don't know which one he's going to do.
Yep.
If you've got two of them running at you, Gyökeres is creating space in the middle for Havertz. One player gets knocked over, or Gyökeres moves away. Havertz has got a clean opportunity to just tuck in and then give it a little finesse or something like that. Whereas with Erdegaard, he would take that ball. He would first and foremost, he wouldn't even make that run. Having two people running at you, he wouldn't even be the second person to do that. And to be honest, Saka wouldn't either. Saka would probably get it on the wing or like wait and hold up just to see if he gets that ball. But Havertz is going straight direct. He wants to cause an issue in the box, and so did Gyökeres. But I think that's really important moving forward. Having a backup option for someone that, oh snap, if it doesn't fall to Gyökeres and it falls to this guy, he will plant it in the back of the net, or he will give a really, really killer pass if he can't score. So I think just having that kind of availability in Havertz is really, really important because, again, people like Saka, Trossard, as much as they are great players, and even Erdegaard, they are quite predictable. For example, even like I said before, as fans, we know. Then you could definitely assume that those professionals who watch those game highlights back behind closed doors are going to be doing their research and homework on players like Erdegaard, Saka, and Trossard and know exactly
Yeah.
what they're going to do. But with Havertz, the beauty of him actually being injured is the fact that he hasn't had much minutes. So maybe his approach behind closed doors has been different. Maybe the instructions have been different from Arteta. I mean, it looked highly different from when we played Kyra because whenever do you see, apart from, what was it, probably the end of the season, was it last season? Where Havertz went on that crazy run through the middle, but he's got speed as well. So, and again, he's over 6'2". But I think that will be something to watch out for.
I mean, at Leverkusen, he was the creative player on the team. He wasn't playing striker. But I think one criticism which Havertz had over the last few seasons at Arsenal is he don't shoot.
Yeah, but
he
I think
kept
that's slowly
passing.
changing though.
But I think with Gyökeres now, he's got somebody to pass to who's a killer in front of goal.
Yeah.
At Sporting, he was scoring goals left, right, and centre. And I think Havertz is that missing piece for Gyökeres.
Yeah.
And I think he'll complement him very, very well moving forward in this season. And hopefully we can lift some silverware. But, I mean, to have the squad we have now at this part of the season, I don't think we've had it.
We're very lucky.
Last season we lost Jesus, we lost Havertz. And then we had, PSG in the semi-final.
But this is all the more reason why we need to bring silverware home.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's a laughing stock. And, I've been hearing some people say if it doesn't come home this season in terms of trophies, it's going to have to be Arteta out. And in some ways I do agree. Because you have got no excuse now.
It's true. But I mean, this game, like I've always said, we have to take it a game at a time. So Chelsea, we have to get them out of the way. Then we've got Tottenham, we've got Sunderland, we've got Brentford,
City coming up as well.
We've got City coming up as well. And yeah, we just make sure we're just winning a game at a time. 14 games now. Will this be will be 13 after the Chelsea game,
Yeah.
depending on what happens. So yeah, but let's talk about our lineup and our score prediction. So you can go first today.
You know what? I'm going to say, obviously, big game, playing at home. You want to make sure they're secure on the win. I'm going to go for the traditional back line of Gabriel Saliba.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Calafiori left back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Timber right back.
I agree.
Just because I know that on the counter, we can get caught out. And I know Ben White's very good at going attackingly.
Yeah.
But defensively, he can do a bit of work. But whereas Timber, he's quite solid in both. Not the best, maybe attacking, but he's quite solid in both. So I'm going to go for Timber right back. I'm going to go for, again, traditional midfield. I want to say Havertz in there, but I don't know. I want to see him start, but I'm going to say, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go for, actually, no. I'm going to go for Havertz, Rice, and Zubimendi. And I'm going to go for Trossard left shoulder. Gyökeres up front. I don't know if he's going to be fit for Tuesday, but I'm just going to say it out there anyway. Saka right.
I agree up until the point of, I think Trossard, I think what Arteta saw from Leeds, from that Leeds game, I think Madueke and Martinelli will start. Obviously because Saka's injured, so I don't think that Arteta will risk him, because obviously it could end up being a long-term injury. So I think Madueke will start on the right wing, and I think Martinelli will start on the left wing. But I agree with the whole team. And the good thing is as well, with left back, we've got Calafiori back, and it's Calafiori and Hincapié are both playing exceptional.
Yeah.
So it's like, who do you start? But I know Calafiori going forward is amazing with the ball.
Oh, yeah.
He can carry that ball. The thing is, he doesn't look like he's running fast, kind of like Declan Rice, but
His
he brings
strides.
the ball.
His strides
bring
yeah.
the ball up so quick.
Yeah. And he can finish separately.
But yeah, he can finish. Score prediction, I'm going to go 4, because I think Chelsea, they're not going to be easy, even though it's at the Emirates. And look, 3-2 was the last scoreline we had when we played Chelsea in the cup game.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. I'm going to say 2-1.
I'm going to go... I'm going to say the same.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
I think 2-1's is fair.
I'd love to say 2-0,
Fair
but I feel
scoreline.
as though they might creep a little something.
I think only because we're playing at home, and I think the amount of goals Chelsea leaked the other day against West Ham,
Yeah.
I think they could be vulnerable, but I do think it'll still be a tough tie.
Yeah.
So, but I think it'll be, if we get a goal early, then you don't know. The scoreline could be more than 2-1. It could be 1-0.
Yeah.
But I feel like Arsenal, if they want to win, they need to score early in the first half, not leave it to the 45th to 60th minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2-1. I'm gonna go for my goal scorers. I think because Gyökeres has been scoring, he's got 3 goals in 4 games. I'm gonna say Gyökeres, and I'm gonna say Zubimendi again.
You reckon?
Yeah.
He's really good at in the air.
He scored against Chelsea last time as well.
Yeah,
Both of them.
He's really good in the air.
Yeah, he is.
I'm going to go for Gyökeres. I agree with you on that one. I'm going to go for Martinelli. I'd love to say Madueke though, but I'm going to go for Martinelli.
Yeah. But yeah, 2-1. We need to
2-1.
we need to win this game. This is a must win. This is one of our biggest tests this season as
Yeah.
well. We got Tottenham away, and then we've got City away.
Yeah, this one will take us into the final,
Yeah,
of course.
but obviously Sunderland as well. They're no
joke.
pushovers.
Yeah.
We struggled at home. Away playing against them. So
Yeah.
yeah, one game at a time. Let's get this
Yeah.
dub, lads.
Come on.
But yes, just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you stay to the end of the video to see our post-match analysis from our game against Leeds. And make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. And we'll also be doing a watch-along for the Chelsea game. So make sure you tune in at 7:45. Make sure you bring your popcorn. Make sure you bring your stress balls, whatever it is. Because every Arsenal game isn't always sunshine and rainbows. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you tuning in. Till next time.